on Sunday, I didn't even eat lunch until 5 p.m. That's how busy I was. So I'm tired. I'm tired, but I'm here. And
I'm
we're going to
here,
knock
bro.
this shit out.
Yes.
We are still 2 weeks away from the NFL draft, but the time has come for JB and myself to knock out our mock draft. Welcome to the Box Scores and Bourbon NFL Mock Draft episode 10. This is Box Scores and Bourbon.
Look at the box scores.
Box Scores
and Bourbon.
We check each other's box scores and scores online.
Baseball, Box Scores.
So football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey.
Box Scores and Bourbon.
There's a scene in Goodfellas when De Niro's Jimmy Conway attempts to whack Lorraine Bracco's Karen Hill, enticing her with the promise of new dresses by guiding her down a dark alley that leads to an even darker alley. Karen eventually listens to her gut and runs off. And while this movie was loosely based on a true story, we are unfortunately seeing this scene play out in Major League Baseball. There are two separate issues highlighted by different, seemingly unrelated scandals hitting the game at the same time. Over the past week, news broke of the rise of pitching injuries and blame by MLBPA of the pitch clock. And while I do not see the pitch clock being the reason for this rise, I do want to address this first issue of the pitch clock because I do not think it gets talked about enough. It seems someone needs to tell me why the experience of watching a ball game at the park needs to be shortened by 33%. If I decide to pay $100 just to get in the ballpark, and Lord knows how much more once I'm in, then I want the experience to last as long as possible, enjoying every nuance the game presents to me. And if it takes 4 hours or longer because it's a slugfest, then great. If it only takes 2 hours because someone's pitching a Maddox, then just as well. At least I get to watch the game unfold at its own pace. No pitch clock and certainly no timer for the batter's box. Who could forget the pre-stance routines by Noma or Mike, the human rain delay Hargrove? Baseball is and has long been considered America's pastime, in part for this reason, and this caving to progressivism and speed of play is detrimental to this storied element. And if MLBPA is complaining about the pitch clock, why did you allow it in the CBA? We've all seen videos of the old ways where time just moves slower, and people lived at the pace that day presented itself. This was the tradition. No rushing to leave the game, just enjoying the whole experience of being at the ballpark with our friends and neighbors. Which leads me to my second issue, community lost. For the history of baseball, and another reason baseball is considered our national pastime, ballparks were built in the neighborhoods of the community they played in, with neighborhood kids playing stickball blocks away from the ballpark, which eventually evolved into bigger parks, now with community gathering spots to both pregame and hold family outings just outside the stadium. No matter what, the community has been vital. And that aspect remains. So when news broke this week that A's owner John Fisher executed a clandestine plan relocating the A's to Sacramento, this had me asking, where is MLB? This is the same entity that in 2012 stepped in and stripped ownership of the LA Dodgers from Frank McCourt. Then why are they not stepping in and relinquishing control from Fisher? More importantly, why are they allowing the precedent of community tradition being stripped by owners? You see, progressivism and precedent are real words with real meaning, and if MLB and MLBPA they don't wake up and protect the traditions of our national pastime, they will be no better than Jimmy Conway. Buddy, I got to tell you, Manny, I was not happy at all this week with my beloved sport. Doing these shenanigans, allowing these shenanigans. Well, I don't understand how they're just allowing this stuff to take place. I don't get it. I honestly don't understand how you can take something that's lasted, I don't know, carry the 180 years, 160 years. Like for this long, and you're like, screw it. You know, I just like let owners do whatever they want to the ball to their teams, and this is a problem
Let,
because this
let me
is.
guess, you're gonna blame this on your favorite man-child.
I'm gonna blame it on Bobby Manchild. Absolutely, I am. Yeah, this is what you get. This is what you get when you refuse to hold owners accountable to spending a certain amount. You allow them to do whatever it is the hell they want.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
Yeah.
This is what you get. This is what happens to the sport when this takes place.
But if
And
anybody wants
it's
to take a deep
extremely
dive into
frustrating.
that, we have an episode that we talk all about it. So
Oh my goodness, I can't even.
we
I should do a deep dive on all the rants I've done on this.
we had
on
a whole
this
episode focused
man-child.
on just the status of baseball right before the season kicked off. Or
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Kicked off?
episode 8.
would you call
Episode
it
8.
the season pitched off instead of kicked off like the NFL?
Ooh, I can tell you, I'm pitched off right now. Say that. Extremely pitched off. Yeah, it's just and you have this thing with John Fisher, and then I've always had a problem with them trying to speed up the game. I don't understand this.
Mhm.
And what drives me more nuts is why the MLBPA would say, "Oh, it's because of the pitch clock." Well, Tony Clark, you're the one that agreed to it, you dumbass. You said, "Hey, it's fine. Let's have it in here." And now you're going to complain about it? And then Bobby Manchild's like, "Well, we talked to doctors at Johns Hopkins, and they said that there's no longitudinal evidence after one season that says that it's tied to it." Well, of course not. You're not going to know after one season.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I would be concerned.
Like, I don't need.
I would be concerned if it was like 4 seasons in and the issue's still arising with the injuries. But right now, I think personally that's probably just more of a conditioning your body differently than what you're used to. The pitchers have to get more used to a different kind of routine. That I think by the next year you'll see the benefits of that. But I think it's just more of a changing the way that you're approaching things that is causing the effect right now.
Yeah. I don't need longitudinal evidence to tell me that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't feed dessert to my kids before dinner time. Like I understand what's going to happen there. But if you're going to sit there and say, hey, grown men who have ligaments and tendons and elbows that mature at the age of 26 and now they can't use, sunscreen and rosin anymore to grip the ball. I mean, Tyler Glasnow said it right. He said that, I teach my boys, I teach my ball players this. I teach my son, my daughter, all my ball players this. They're 8 years old. You hold that ball like an egg. It is delicate.
Mm-hmm.
You squeeze it, you crack it. That's it. You hold the ball with an egg, you hold it with 3 fingers. It's all with the flick of the wrist. It's all with being able to know how to use your arm motion. And now since you have no grip on it and that you're getting paid to throw 100 miles an hour now, that's how you get paid.
Yep.
Hey, they're gonna choke this ball. They're gonna choke it, and now where's this motion coming from? It's coming from right here. That's where it's coming from. It's coming from right here. It's coming from right here. It's coming from right here. It's not coming from this anymore. We're not doing this. So I mean, of course that's going to be a problem. Of course it is. But to sit there and say, well, it's a pitch clock. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But my issue with the pitch clock is something entirely different. And now it's because you allowed it in, and now you're going to blame the pitch clock. No, you're the idiot who's terrible at his job, Tony Clark, who just sat in the back seat and let Bruce Meyer do everything because you're too much of a pansy to stand up to Bobby Manchild and say no. Good Lord.
Let me cut you off before you go on a whole. You're getting your heart rate is getting elevated, so I'm gonna cut you off so make sure that you can have a whole episode with a clear mind. Because right now I can see where this is going.
Yeah. No, there was so much more I had to say about this, and I was only going to do it on the rise of the pitching injuries, or the rise of it. But then the John Fisher news broke. I was like, I've got to cover both of these.
That was huge.
And
that was huge.
To me, both of those things they go together. Mm-hmm. They definitely go together.
The most surprising part about that news for me when it broke was the fact that for some reason they're going to go with just the Athletics. They're not going to have a city or state designation as far as where they're from. That's it just sits weird with me, but I feel like it's more of a pride thing that's happening right now where they don't want to attach themselves to a name, and the owners of the Athletics are more like F you, Oakland, we're not going to represent your name. Even if we're homeless and without a full name, we will refuse to represent you. Whatever.
Here we go. The Sacramento Ball Sacks. Here we go. This is their new name now. Old Timers Day is going to have a really interesting jersey patch.
Yeah, that's going to.
Like
if they release Sacramento Athletics jerseys, make people better go buy them because those are going to be worth a big chunk of change.
Hey, September 26th is the last game at Oakland Coliseum. You want to go?
No.
The last game at Oakland Coliseum.
I do not want to go.
I'm really tempted to go. Really
tempted. It's going to be empty. It's going to be empty, which is going to be the saddest part.
Perfect. I'm going to be those three bozos that sit in the nosebleeds. You seen that video? Them sitting in the nosebleeds, and there's 39 other better seats out there. Yep. They're still sitting in the
and they're probably $2 more for the best seats in the house. But they wanted to sit in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. But
well, Manny, we're
here. We are here, JB.
This is the vaunted BSB NFL Draft Mock Draft episode.
Yes.
Only round one.
Round one.
This is it. And, for as long as I've lived, everyone said mock draft. I automatically know, you're only doing the first round. You're not giving me 7 rounds. You're giving me the first round.
No. Why would you waste your energy doing a full 7 rounds when you know 4 of those 7 rounds are going to be players that get cut by the end of training camp? So, yeah, why waste your time on that?
Only the diehards like me watch. I watch the entire draft. I watch all 3 days.
Yeah, but to make a mock draft out of, I'm pretty sure by the time like round 5, 6, and 7 come around, the GMs are just throwing darts at the board and see what name they're going to pick because they don't. None of those players ever make it. None of those players are like some stellar names. They're just. Yep. I hate to call them this, but they're almost just about nobodies.
Yeah. Well, we know Ryan Poles is making his picks based on who Mel Kiper says is good.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Mel Kiper.
I mean, that's why Caleb Williams is going to go first.
Well, as our tradition is, we are kicking off this episode and this mock draft, BSB Sports mock draft, with a good old clink. Cheers.
Clink, clink.
Cheers to everybody. So, for this mock draft, JB and I decided to flip a coin to see who was going to get evens and odds.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
This just dropped per The Athletic. It's titled, I'm not opposed to it. Tom Brady says he's not ruling out an NFL comeback.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, how perfect is this? Oh, the Bears are trading away number 1. They're going to go sign Tom Brady.
Wasn't I the one that sat here a few episodes ago saying, let poor Tom Brady retire already? He's been retired, and now he's the one that's ruining that and saying he wouldn't be opposed to it. I was over here giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying he wasn't going to do the unretiring 12, so now he's making me look bad. I can't look bad 2 weeks in a row. I already looked bad last week when it came to the Final Four and who was going to make it that far. I can't take the L on Tom Brady. Not this time. That is ridiculous. Yeah, no.
Apparently, it's not going to happen. They talked about it on what was the name of this podcast? Deep Cut with Vic Blends. I wonder if that's like Deep Thoughts with Jack Handy. But he said on the podcast, the host mentioned the Niners needing a quarterback in the playoffs.
Wow.
And then it was an episode released on Thursday. While Brady mentioned the Patriots and the Raiders, saying you never know. But apparently, Mark Davis in 23 told ESPN that he and Brady had come to an agreement for the future Hall of Fame quarterback to join the organization's ownership group, pending NFL approval.
Jesus Christ. He does. I don't feel like he's definitely giving me.
Jesus couldn't save the Raiders. Yeah.
I feel like he's just giving me this about to hit midlife crisis in like the sports world because he doesn't know what the hell to do now that he's retired.
No, because his ex-wife already hit her midlife crisis.
That's
dating the karate instructor or the whatever the hell.
Don't you disrespect the relationship. We don't know what happened.
He hayat himself into her life. Nice. We're ready.
We're
We're
ready.
ready.
We're ready.
All right.
Let's get this going. So
Okay.
offline for our viewers, we did our pick selection as far as who was going to pick what. We flipped a coin, and good old JB got to draft evens. That means yours truly will be kicking off the 2024 Box Scores and Bourbon Mock Draft with the first overall pick.
Uh-oh. Does that mean it's in? Is it in?
I'm
Do
about to
the Bears have a pick?
I'm about to ruffle some feathers around here, JB. Let's jump right into the
Bears have a pick?
The Bears are gonna pick right now. I'll tell you what. As much as I would been breaking my head trying to convince myself that this is not the way that I feel that the Bears are gonna go, for a minute I gave myself the thought that maybe they're gonna pull a Browns where they picked the third best quarterback in Baker Mayfield and drafted him first overall. But I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I really think that with the first overall pick with the Bears, the Bears are going to draft Caleb Williams as their future franchise quarterback for the next 3 years.
And there go the boos and the eye rolls from Ryan Poles. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Hope this works.
And then Mil Kiper's going to come out and saying, "I'm not too sold on him. I have to see him in 3 years to really have a good assessment of what kind of quarterback he's going to be." But that's what I think they're going to do. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody, but
yeah,
I think it's just they have to go with what the popular vote is on, and I think it's going to be Caleb Williams.
I think it's a good pick. All right. On the clock now, the Washington football team.
Well, they have a name now, so we can go with the Commanders if you really want to.
You can say it. I will never say it. They are dead to me. They are dead to me. I still eat Aunt Jemima. I don't care if they call it the Pearl Milk Company. Okay. So I've been thinking about this pick. Not so much so. I thought about going back and forth on it. But I'm looking at the head coach, Dan Quinn. I'm looking at who his quarterback was in Atlanta when Kyle Shanahan blew his first Super Bowl as the offensive coordinator. And I thought about maybe going with Jaden Daniels, but I feel like Dan Quinn is probably, cue the music, get ready for the music. The pick is in.
The pick is in for the Washington Commanders.
The Washington football team with the second pick select quarterback Drake May, North Carolina.
Wow. Okay. You think Drake May is going to be a Commander, huh?
They don't have a quarterback. They got no quarterback on that team.
So I was honestly
they figured, hey, Sam, you're not nearly as good as the person who took over for you, so we're going to trade you away, and we're going to trade the guy who stepped in for you. Yeah, that'll do just well. Sure.
See, the thing about that I'm intrigued about the Commanders, I'm really excited to see what they actually do with that pick, because I feel for some reason, first off, I feel like there's going to be some sneaky trades just in general in the actual draft. This draft, a lot more than we were expecting. I feel like the Commanders will try trading up to get Caleb Williams, and if they can't, they might trade out of that spot, because I think they feel like they're too far away from just needing a quarterback. So they might. Yeah. I feel like the Commanders are an interesting one that I'm excited to see what they actually do.
Well, just keep that in the back of your mind, in the forefront of your mind about the trades, because maybe I got some brewing.
Wow.
Maybe I already thought about some.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that. Well, one thing I can tell you about the next pick, which is the New England Patriots that are on the clock right now. I don't think they're going to be too creative with their pick. I think they're going to take whatever quarterback is left once they're drafting, unless somebody gives them some appealing, great trade to trade out of that spot because some team is desperate for a quarterback. But because I know that they completely have the ship has sailed on. Wow, I can't even remember his name anymore because he was such a meaningless quarterback for the last 3 years. What's his name?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. There you go. The ship
you
has
say
sailed
Tom
on
Brady.
good old Mr. Jones as a future backup for Lawrence. They're gonna pick whatever quarterback is left, and I think they're gonna be satisfied with just running it with whoever's left on the board. So, with the 3rd overall pick, the New England Patriots
QB3
will be drafting Jaden Daniels, quarterback.
All right. Woo!
Nothing.
My own
striking
Bayou
so
Bengal.
far.
All right,
Nothing.
my adopted Bayou Bengal.
There you go.
He's adopted,
He's adopted by you.
just like Joe Burrow was adopted. Yeah, everyone's adopted in Louisiana. Yeah. All right, now the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock.
Yep. The Cardinals.
Uh-oh, cue the music. Cue the music. The Arizona Cardinals have traded
Wow.
with the Minnesota Vikings at number 11. And now I need to discuss this with number 11 here.
I was gonna say, how do you get to decide that I want to be okay with this trade?
Hey, this is real life. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I will trade you the number 4 overall pick. The chance to get JJ the Big Lebowski McCarthy in exchange for the 11th overall pick,
Right.
a 3rd round pick this year, and the 1st next year.
You know, as the Vikings stand, I don't think they're sold on JJ McCarthy. I want to say I am not sold on that trade. I don't.
What's your counter
think
proposal? Make a
I
counter.
don't.
Come on.
I don't.
I'm on the
No,
phone.
no,
I'm on the
I
phone
don't.
with you.
I
Pick
don't
up the
think.
phone.
I don't
Pick
think
up the
so.
phone.
I don't think so. I think as the Vikings GM, do not want to move from my spot because I feel like the Vikings have a great strategy, and if they're trading up to 4, they'd be reaching for any other players that they want.
Okay.
So you
All right.
have to
Ring,
call
ring,
somebody else,
ring,
buddy.
ring, ring. Cue the music. Cue the music. Cue the music. The Arizona Cardinals are going to trade with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, there you go.
Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, AP. I got a proposal for you.
What is your proposal?
I will trade you number 4 overall pick for the number 1 rated quarterback in Jim Harbaugh's heart for your 1st round, your 3rd round, and your 1st next year.
For the 4th pick, I want an extra pick.
No, you know what? I'll do this. I will trade you the 4th pick
Right.
for your for the 13th overall,
Yeah.
Hunter Winfrow, and a
Okay.
2nd rounder next year.
No, I want at least another 5th round pick.
I'll trade you the Lakers 2028 conditional pick from the Pacers.
Okay. I'll take it. Deal. Deal. We have a trade.
All right. Nice. We'll put that on the big board.
There you go.
All right. So, hey. So, is this your pick? Or is this still my pick?
It's your
Do I
pick.
still
You're
pick
the
for
one that
them?
traded for it.
Okay. All right. Cue the music.
Oh, here
Cue
we
the
go.
music. The Arizona Cardinals have traded away the 4th pick to the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's right.
The Raiders, with the 4th pick, trade down to I'm just kidding. No, they pick JJ McCarthy, quarterback, University of Michigan.
Wow. Wow. I'm impressed that you think JJ McCarthy is going to go that high. Honestly, I am.
I will say this. I wanted to have fun with this pick because I think Arizona is going to trade down anyway. And I honestly hope the Raiders don't trade up. But Mark Davis has made it known he wants a splashy move. So I'm gonna sit there and say, you know what? In the case that the Raiders are using Hunter Renfrow to dangle to go up in the draft, Hunter Renfrow will be involved in the pick to go get JJ McCarthy.
Interesting. See, and with that pick, I feel personally, I feel like the Cardinals will be doing a good move by staying put, and drafting the top player at that spot. I personally think that's the case.
Oh, I traded with the wrong team.
Yeah,
I meant to trade with Denver. Oh,
yeah,
Denver's dumb enough to do
messed up, buddy.
All right,
that means
it's on you now, buddy.
I am on
you
clock now. So, with the situation happening as it has, I feel like the Chargers are in desperate need of a wide receiver that is going to be a generational talent. I don't think I'm going to be breaking any news right now by saying that the Los Angeles Chargers pick is in.
Wow, the Chargers don't even get a full soundbite.
They get quarter soundbite. With the 5th overall pick, the Los Angeles Chargers are blessed to have had Marvin Harris Jr. falling to their lap.
Oh, I'm so glad you said fall into the lap. I was like, did he die on the way to the stage?
No.
They were blessed to have had him, but unfortunately,
for 2 minutes,
he passed away.
If that is what happens, the Chargers couldn't be a luckier team. If that is how, if somehow Marvin Harrison drops to their lap after they just lost Keenan Allen and have no really good receivers, that would be a blessing for Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to it. With the sixth pick, the Giants are now on the clock. The New York Football Giants are on the clock. Was that my music?
That was your music. You get preamble music.
I get the sample from Real Player. That's it.
Twice.
With the 6th pick of the NFL Draft, the New York Giants. They play at Giant Stadium. The New York Football Giants select the real wide receiver 1 of this draft, Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, LSU.
Okay.
That's right.
That's okay. They do need help in the wide receiver spot. I'm not surprised if they
need help at the quarterback spot too.
Yeah. Would you be surprised if they decided to take the next best quarterback or traded up to try taking a quarterback with the? That was the one that I thought you maybe would try pulling off. The Giants moving up to 4.
I don't know if Daniel, me, and Mrs. Jones is going to cut it with the G-men, but we'll see. They're paying him Kaepernick money, which means he gets a penny for every completion he makes. So let's see. All right. Let's do this.
My next pick is up, and on the clock are the Tennessee Titans, 7th overall pick. So the Titans are in a unique position because they have what they believe is their young new quarterback. They've lost their running back, so I feel like they are going to be chasing some
waterfalls.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Some waterfalls in the name of a wide receiver. So the Tennessee Titans have their pick in.
Ooh, already.
Yes. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to follow the best on the board strategy that has worked for a lot of teams. And they will be taking Rome Odunze, wide receiver.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's a crowded wide receiver room right
It's
there.
going to be
Man.
4 quarterbacks off the board and then 3 wide receivers off the board.
You're going to have a receiver lined up at guard just so Will Levis has everyone to throw to. My word.
Were you expecting them to try solidifying their line when we know that?
I would have hoped they would have.
No,
I would have hoped.
I'm not.
But nope.
They want.
Nope.
I feel like the Titans want
It
their
was the same organization that fired Mike Vrabel for no reason.
for
So,
being too good at his job.
I figured them to do something stupid.
Like draft a wide receiver. Is that what you're getting at?
Good job, Titans representative. Right.
I feel like I fit right in. No, I honestly feel like the Titans are going to want to go for like the what the Cincinnati Bengals did which was draft a good quarterback and then draft a young wide receiver to grow with that quarterback so that they have that continuity at a young age. So I'm solidified with that pick, and I don't mind making that pick at all.
Okay.
If you want to make me feel guilty about it.
All right. Cue the music.
Oh, cue
the music.
already. I don't think we have music anymore.
Wait, hold on. Not yet. Not yet. So for this next pick, the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock.
They are on the
And I'm thinking about the fact that they just signed Kirk Cousins
right
to stupid money, which makes Kirk Cousins the first jillionaire in NFL history.
for no reason.
They already have Kyle Pitts at tight end, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have Drake London at receiver. They got Bijan Robinson at running back.
Yep.
What better way to double tap your interior offensive line and also your weaponry on that side of the ball by selecting none other than cue the music.
Let's cue
the music.
You get half of the sound bit.
With the 8th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Brock Bowers, tight end, Georgia.
What? Tight end?
Yep.
What?
Kirk Cousins will be rolling in that double tight end set. Rolling in it.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You are a wild, wild man for thinking that's going to happen. I don't think they'll go for 2 top wide tight ends. They don't even know how to get the ball to 1 tight end. What are they going to do with 2 tight ends?
Well, that's because when you have Desmond Ridder and what's his face? That's right. That was on the back of his jersey. Number 13, what's his face? Okay, that's who played for the Atlanta Falcons last year. Who's on second was third string. Like, so when you have look, Kirk Cousins is coming, he's got a bum ankle. All right.
He's all right.
All right, he's gonna come up
for long enough. He'll be fine.
He'll come back, but he's gonna need someone to throw to. He's gonna need weapons on weapons on weapons.
He has weapons on weapons.
He's gonna have more weapons on
Bijan Robinson,
more.
Drake London. Come on. How many weapons do you want of
Kyle Pitts?
Pitts?
Hey, some of the best teams, and I'm telling you, the NFL is going back to this way. Run like a fullback and 2 tight end sets. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Interesting.
All right, you're up.
I'm up.
Hey, you got the Bears again. With the 9th pick, they traded to the Steelers for Justin Fields.
No. No.
So you didn't see that coming, did you?
We got him back. Ha!
Gotcha.
And he's our starter. Gotcha. No. So I think the Bears are actually going to have the boring approach to rebuilding, which is picking a non-flashy position. They're going to try making sure that our good buddy Caleb Williams doesn't break a nail by getting sacked 40 times. So they will
Those
be
nails look
taking
expensive.
an offensive lineman in the most uneventful way possible. So with the 9th pick, the Chicago Bears will stay put, and they will be drafting. Give me a minute to pronounce this guy.
I already know what you're going to say.
Oshanu, offensive
Nailed
tackle.
it.
So that is where I think they're going. I think they're going to try solidifying that line to make sure that they have something to build off of. So not too bad.
All right.
You're up.
Okay. Whoo! I got this pick. Oh, my word.
You do.
The New York Jets.
Then we're gonna call
At
them
number 10.
We're gonna call them the New York Rogers because that's all that they care about right now.
We're going to call them the New York Vice Presidentials. Oh, man. Okay.
What do you think the Jets are gonna do? You stuck a little bit?
Cue the music. Cue the music. With the 10th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Jets.
Jets. Jets.
Select.
Jets.
Select Joe Alt. Tackle.
Yep.
Notre Dame.
Yep. Not a bad pick to make sure that Rogers' Achilles stays put.
He's only got one ankle.
He only
He's
has
got
one
ankle
Achilles left. He better make sure
And
that
he's already transplanted the hair plugs into his other ankle. So he's got nowhere else to go.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad pick. I like that pick. They stole Tyron Smith from the Cowboys to solidify their offensive their guards position. Oh no, what does he play? I think he plays a guard position.
He's a guard.
Yeah, he plays a guard. So having him, if he can stay healthy, and then Joe Alt right there next to him to make sure that at least one side, I don't know where they'll play him left or right, but at least one side of Rodgers is safe. I don't mind the pick. I don't mind the pick at all. And that puts me out my next pick.
You passed up the deal of a lifetime for this one, buddy.
The Minnesota Vikings are on the clock.
What are you thinking?
And like I told you early on, I rejected your pick because
you did.
The Vikings
You did.
are not going to be happy, quick triggered when it comes to their selections. I think they will be solidifying and making that defense even stronger. So with the 11th overall pick,
I think I know where you're going with this.
Do you? The pick is in.
There you go. That's your sound clip. Nope, I didn't get one. The Giants didn't get a whole clip.
The Minnesota Vikings. I'm getting all the sophisticated names right now. The Minnesota Vikings select edge rusher Lalatu Latu.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. All right.
Yes.
Man, no wonder the Vikings are going to finish last. All right, you were making sure of that. Man.
What do you have against it? Mr. Latu?
Nothing. I just think I know there's one that's. I did not think you were going there. I did not think you were going there at all. I didn't.
Well.
All right. Well.
You're up, buddy.
The Denver Broncos are now on the clock.
Yep.
I didn't make my pick yet.
We're gonna play that all time.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count for my sound clip.
You get one.
When I say cue the music, I want it again. I want it locked and loaded. So this is tricky, okay? Because I feel like this team. So remember when the football team formerly known as the Redskins, remember when they drafted RG3 in the first round and everyone flipped out? And then the third round, they drafted Kirk Cousins. And it was like, whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing.
I feel like the Broncos are going to be this year's version of that Washington squad.
Interesting.
So cue the music. Cue the music. With the 12th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Bo Nix, quarterback,
What?
Oregon. Yes.
Wow. Really?
This team is in desperate need of a quarterback. I don't think they're done. I think they will pick another quarterback on day 2. But they need to, in quick, fast, and in a hurry, get that quarterback room on some legs. It needs to have legs. It needs to have feet at least.
in the form of Bo Nix, huh?
Bo Nix is only part of the equation. Only part.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Disclaimer, I actually think on draft night, the Arizona Cardinals, this is who I want to trade with, Arizona Cardinals will trade with Denver. Denver will move up to get J.J. McCarthy.
That fits more. That I could see.
That's what I think actually will happen.
I feel like Sean Payton and J.J. McCarthy are a match made in somewhat of a purgatory, not necessarily heaven.
Yeah.
But I feel like J.J. McCarthy fits Sean Payton's system way more than Bo Nix.
That, and I'm not certain Arizona owns the Lakers 2028 second round pick from the Pacers.
Too late.
I'm pretty sure they don't own that.
We already agreed on it. We shook on it.
You can fact check me on that. You probably should. I'm not sure though, but I'm also not certain it's not true. So,
well, I don't know what to tell you. You made the offer and I accepted. So I'm on the clock again.
Go ahead.
I am on the clock again. You are into my selection time. The Arizona Cardinals.
I'm so sorry.
Once again,
Arizona Cardinals. Oh, that's right, because I traded with the Raiders.
You traded your pick. You traded for the Lakers' future. You traded your pick to me.
I did, and the Lakers' future.
Yeah. So with the Arizona Cardinals are similar to how the Chargers had Marvis Harrison Jr. fall to their lap. I feel like the Arizona Cardinals are going to be in the position to just take the best player available at that position or at that time. So let me cue myself. Cue the music.
I love that jingle. It's so nice. I wish
catchy.
that was my alarm.
I think you would grow to hate that one. I think with the 13th pick, the Arizona Cardinals will be selecting Dallas Turner, edge rusher.
Whoa!
Wow.
All right.
Wow. I mean, if he falls that far, the Arizona Cardinals will be blessed.
Well, he only fell that far because you made that dumb pick.
Hey.
For the Vikings.
Vikings might not know what they're doing, or maybe I have a little inside scoop on what they're actually doing.
Well, I think it's the former. I don't think you have inside scoop. I'm just gonna say.
I don't know.
I can't know that for sure.
We will never know until we see it happen. We will never know if I was right or wrong.
All right. The New Orleans Saints.
Oh, you got to
are now on the clock. I will tell you what I hope will happen. That the Saints trade back. But Mickey Loomis has never done that in his life.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
If anything, he'll probably trade up with the Cardinals for J.J. McCarthy. I don't know. Who knows? He might try to. If he traded up with New England, try to get Jaden Daniels, I wouldn't hate that either. But with the 14th pick, cue the music. Wait, not yet. Not yet.
'Not yet. You missed it. You get one.
with the 14th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo.
Ooh.
I want so badly, if the Saints are not going to trade back, if Quinyon Mitchell is still up on the board, please, for all that is holy, I'm begging you, go get that man.
Yeah.
Go get that man. Please. Everyone freaked out when the Jets got Sauce Gardner in the top 10 last season. This kid is going to be just like him. He is
Second
going to
fiddle.
be something special.
Second fiddle.
He is going to be filthy in that secondary, and then it allows the Saints to trade Marshawn Lattimore.
I'll tell you
We
what.
have-
When I was doing my mock draft, I had to account for what I thought you were going to do, or what the teams that I wasn't picking for, what they were going to do. And guess who I had the New Orleans Saints drafting? Guess.
Quinyon Mitchell.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Same.
Yes,
I-
my man.
Virtual 5.
Woo! Yes, my man.
That's
That's
right.
what I'm talking about.
That's right.
All right.
That means that I am
Colts
on the
are on the
clock
clock.
again.
The baby horses are now on the clock.
The baby horses, the Colts.
Yeah, the baby horses. Yeah. Aren't they baby horses?
I
Isn't
mean,
that
they
what that
have the
is?
baby horse, the mascot, but yeah, I mean, I guess sure. What's the
That's
if you're gonna
weird.
say that they are the baby horses, which one is the not baby horse? The Bronco? That's
I
my
don't know.
question. Food for
That
thought.
one's got brain cancer right now. So I don't know. That one's got a head problem.
So here's my thinking.
All right, Chris Ballard, what you got?
I think the Colts have a concern at their offensive line position.
Okay.
I'm not making the flashiest of picks right now. For the last two
You
picks
haven't so far.
I haven't
Yeah.
been making any kind of flashy trades like you predict that are going to be happening with your teams. But I'll tell you what, I am the reasonable GM, and
You're the voice of reason here?
yes, I am. I am the voice of reason.
All right.
So I think with the 15th overall pick, the Indianapolis Colts, Indiana. Psh,
The Indiana Pacers.
yes.
All right.
Will be drafting offensive tackle Talise Fuaga to solidify.
Man,
Yes,
you were just on Fuaga tonight with these
I am on
picks.
Fuega. I'm on Fuega. They want to make sure that Richardson can stay healthy for longer than 4 games. So, what's the best way to do it? Is making not the flashy pick, but the needed
Yep.
pick, and a strong offensive line. They already have the center. They need to continue building on that offensive line, and Talise Fuaga will be that guy.
Okay. All right. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. Okay.
So you're up. You're up.
Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock.
You want the music twice?
No. Who's there? Who's the Seahawks coach now?
Huh?
Who's the Seahawks head coach now?
I don't know. They hired some random guy.
Did they have a head coach?
No, they do.
Did they hire somebody?
They I can't. It wasn't the flashy. We all thought it was gonna be Dan Quinn, and when Dan Quinn wasn't the hire, we all kind of checked out from the Seahawks, realizing that they didn't know what they were actually doing. So I don't know. We can look it up.
Seahawks head coach. I'm looking it up right now. Mike McDonald. He was the Ravens. I think it was he in the Ravens.
Yes, he
offensive
was.
coordinator?
He was the Ravens.
Yeah. No, he was the Ravens defensive coordinator.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. So, with this pick, cue the music.
I feel like I already gave you the music, so I don't know if you want it again.
I want it again. Hit me with it. Hit me, baby, one more time. Britney Spears, that music. That wasn't the
There you
full
go.
clip, but okay, I'll let it go. It's more than the Giants got. With the 13th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft.
Let me
No, not
correct you. That is the 16th pick.
With the 16th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Jared Verse,
There he
edge
is.
rusher, Florida State.
Man, I was hoping he kept falling. He was sitting there for me. I was hoping that you let him fall even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
Yeah,
pick.
I'd do the same. If Quinyon Mitchell's not there, I want the Saints to get Jared Verse at 14.
What do you care what the
That's what
what? Oh, I see what you're saying. If the Saints don't
Saints.
get Mitchell,
Yeah,
yeah, no, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Why not? The Saints.
No, I think this is a great pick for the Seahawks. Mike McDonald gets his future defensive cornerstone to build around. He gets to do the Legion of Doom from the front, from the interior, because I don't think they have a secondary anymore.
They have nobody.
Yeah, they have no one. So, but Jared Verse will be the cornerstone Mike McDonald builds his defensive scheme around.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Does that mean I'm up?
Yeah. I thought this was a typo because I thought the Jaguars were required to always have the number 1 pick.
Well,
The number 17.
they definitely. I feel like they might have set a record for longest tenure to first overall pick.
I feel like they were always supposed to have a top 5 pick. Like
That was part of their.
They broke the rules here.
initiation for
They're going to trade up with Arizona just so they feel comfortable.
Well, top 5 will do for us, I guess.
So give us 4th pick. I feel weird out here
Yeah.
being so close to the top.
Yep.
I'll trade you Trevor Lawrence.
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars just signed their key defensive player in Josh Allen. No, you didn't hear me wrong. Josh Allen, not the quarterback.
No,
Their line.
the other Josh Allen.
Yes, the other one.
The secondary Allen.
Yes. Yeah. So they want to continue building on that line, and I am grateful that the draft has worked out how it is, because this is the pick that I did not have to account for somebody else stealing. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, and with the 17th overall pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Byron Murphy II, defensive lineman.
All right. I like it.
I'm glad you approve of my picks. I was concerned that you wouldn't approve of my picks.
I approve of that one. I think I've made it very clear.
So far, just the one?
Just this one. And barely. Just barely. Don't get your hopes up.
So I'll take the one.
I like the pick for Jacksonville. I like it. Continue building up that defensive interior.
Yeah,
I do. I think that's important. Yep. You win. Every single NFL team wins in the trenches. If your quarterback flounders, if you have an O and a D line, if you can win up front, you will more than likely win the ball game.
Yes.
It's my pick now. Pick 18. The Cincinnati Who-Dey Bengals. With the 18th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft. The Cincinnati Who-Dey Bengals.
That's not in their name.
Select J.C. Latham, lineman, Alabama.
What?
I think Joe Burrow has gone through enough punishment. This dude has gone through more punishment than Whitney Houston did with Bobby Brown. And he needs to stay up on his feet now. And so enough with the abuse. Enough with abusing Joe Whitney Burrow. Enough with it. We need to protect this man. Give this man some protection. Yes.
I love it. That's a good one. I don't agree with you, but it is a good way to pitch it. You realize that
I was going to go two ways with that one.
Okay.
I was going to go O lineman or I was going to go receiver.
That's what I was thinking.
I was going to go receiver because T. Higgins is probably out the door next season.
Yeah.
And so
If
I
not
was
halfway
gonna,
through this season.
So I was gonna go receiver, but I decided, you know what? No, let's just keep this. Let's try to keep Joe on his feet.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would have been more confident if you made a wide receiver pick for them, but since you didn't, it is my turn to pick for the Los Angeles Rams.
Ooh, Angel Dogs. All right, nice. All right.
If
anyone hears that clippity clap, that's my dog with the abnormally large toenails on our faux wood floor.
Tell you what, you can hear it. You can hear it.
Oh, Trigger, I love you.
I love that name for your dog, by the way.
Thank you.
So, let me state the obvious by saying that the Rams have a huge hole to fill on their defensive line or the edge, however you want to phrase it.
Did someone retire? I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
scrub.
second ballot Hall of Famer guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Barely.
Something.
Barely second ballot.
So insignificant we can't even remember his name, but they have a hole to fill on the defensive line.
Yeah.
So they will be trying to fill that hole by selecting Chop Robinson.
Whoa!
Yes.
Wow. All right. Nice. I love it. Kind of a reach, but okay.
I'm 2 for 2 with you approving of my draft picks. I like it.
I like Chop Robinson. I do. I think Chop's going to be a special player. He's not going to be more special than the players I've picked so far, but he's going to be good. He's going to be good.
Well, you wouldn't be doing your GM skills any justice if you thought that you were drafting worse than me. So,
yep. All right. Next on the board are the Miami Flounders. I'm sorry, the Dolphins.
No, you're skipping. No. You're getting your picks wrong.
Oh, I'm Pittsburgh Steelers.
You're picking for the Steelers there, JB.
I am picking for the Steelers.
Sorry,
the Pittsburgh Steelers are up. The Pittsburgh Steelers are up now.
Do you want your music?
You're picking for the Flounders. Not yet. I want to explain this one.
Okay.
I
Okay.
want to explain this pick for a little bit. So the Steelers, they have no one. Okay, let's just get that.
Whoa. Russell Wilson is not no one. Let me start there. He is almost a nobody, but he is not a nobody.
He's almost a nobody. He's 1 year away.
Exactly.
I am going to go with a corner who I didn't think would still be on the board right now. And cue the music.
There you go.
With the 20th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft.
Yep.
The Pittsburgh Steelers select Terrion Arnold, corner from Alabama.
Oh, nice.
They need to. That defense can be something good. They need to be able to they need to be able to fortify that passing game because I don't know how much Russell Wilson's actually going to help them in the passing game this season. So they're not going to draft a quarterback. There's no receiver really other than Brian Thomas, maybe. But the best player on the board right now is Terrion Arnold. He can step in to that secondary. He can make a difference. And go Steel Country.
Steel Country. Steel Nation. Have you know? Steel Nation, not Steel Country.
No, it's Manifest Destiny. They changed it now. They own the whole country.
Well, I am going to continue with my trend of hopefully still appeasing and getting the confirmation that you like my picks. Because next on the clock are the Miami Dolphins.
The One Fins.
Yeah.
That would be that's a much better name. The One Fins.
The One Fins.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
That's how Tua throws.
in his 20-yard passes down the field, bombs down the field.
Now the Dolphin, in case you didn't know.
I've never had a full conversation with the Dolphins, so I don't know.
You should try it sometime. It's very enlightening.
Needless to say, the pick is in. With the 21st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins will be taking Troy Fautanu, interior lineman.
You were just so international today.
My goal
You
is
have
to
picked
draft the most complicated names today, even if they're 100 ranked. I will be taking.
You have made The Rock proud. You have picked every Samoan
yes
that there is in this draft.
But with the concern for Tua, not sure what they want to do. Sign him, trade him, extend him. They're gonna make sure that they at least don't have the excuse of concussions. So they'll pick up one more piece to make sure that line is solid. They didn't have the worst line last year, but they just want to make sure it has no holes this year. So I think
anything to reinforce the idea that Tua is not our quarterback.
Right.
Well, anything. We have given you everything.
Yes.
We have given you the best receiver on the planet.
Yes.
We are fortifying the line. You have a running game now.
Yes.
If you can't succeed now, what are you doing
Your
here?
defense is
are you selling used cars outside of the stadium?
Who are you? Exactly.
Speaking of overblown Alabama quarterbacks, I have the Philadelphia Eagles at number 22. And who cares? Who cares? The Eagles shot their pick to the moon because obviously they don't care how their season ends, so why should I?
I'll tell you what about the Eagles. I will tell you this. The Eagles are doing what I thought the Cowboys were going to be doing, which is being all in on this team, building that roster.
Yeah.
And if they are not 8-1, 7-2, halfway through the season, that coach is gone because they are putting every tool around him to be successful. So keep that in mind when you make a pick. Don't let me influence you.
No, you're not gonna.
Oh, okay.
You talking about Nick Sirianni?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't deny that they're giving me the all-in vibes this year. They're going for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why cue the music. Cue the music. Ooh, I get more.
You
Nice.
get it twice.
I get it twice. With the 22nd pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia on wings like Eagles select Brian Thomas, wide receiver, LSU.
That's a good pick.
They desperately need a running back.
They do,
but I feel like they can wait until day 2 for that. And so Brian Thomas is the best playmaker available.
Yes,
he will give Jalen a legit number 1 option.
One option?
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have more than one, but they're gonna give him an additional a 1B.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna give him a 1B.
Okay. Don't you be disrespecting.
I'm not gonna be disrespecting. Was it AJ Brown?
Yes.
I'm not disrespecting AJ. Just
or
made
Smith or Smith.
The color of 8-pack crayons brown.
I'm just telling you. Just don't disrespect the wide receiver.
Oh, Devontae Smith.
Yes.
But Brian Thomas, this gives Jalen Hurts no excuses. None. He's got none. No excuses now.
Again, you could say Jalen Hurts no excuses, or you could say Sirianni no excuses.
You want to give Sirianni no excuses either. But there's no excuses now. There's no excuse for you not to be dropping 30 every single week on the team. There's no reason. The only problem is you don't know if your defense is going to allow 50 to be dropped on them. And I didn't study mathology, and I don't claim to be a mathologist,
I'm not a
but
calculus expert.
I feel like that's a 20-point difference.
Yeah.
I feel like you lose half of those games.
I feel like if you
If
drop
you
50,
only
that's a
score-
lot. 50 points seems like a lot, but
I feel like if you only score 30 and you give up 50, I feel like that's only a 20% winning percentage each game. So
at best.
at best.
Let me jump right into my pick because I am excited. I am excited that I am going to play the music. Because I need not give explanations for this because I gave you the explanation early on with the Vikings having 2 picks in the first round, not having to reach for a quarterback. And I feel like without reaching, they have had the perfect guy fall to the exact spot that they wanted him. Do you have a guess on what's going on right now?
For the Minnesota Vikings,
Yes.
I think maybe I'm reaching. Is this a reach like I'm thinking it is?
I mean, I
Is
don't
this
know.
what
I
it
don't know what
is?
you're thinking, but I will tell you what is going on right now. The pick is in, and I need 3 NFL draft songs right now.
Oh, you need 3. Ooh, okay.
Because with the 23rd overall pick, the Minnesota Vikings, through Cleveland, through Houston,
Through Houston,
will be selecting Michael Penix
Penix
Jr.
Jr. I knew it. I
Quarterback.
effing knew it.
Yes. I love that pick for them. I love where he
Oh
would fall to
man.
them. I don't
Yeah.
think they would be able to trade back into the first round to get him again, but I love
Yeah.
that being the pick for them at that spot. I feel like he'll be the perfect quarterback for the Sean McVay tree that is their head coach in Minnesota. I think he's gonna fit well. I think
Wow.
he will be a great match for Justin Jefferson and his speed and his athleticism and deep ball ability. I think that's just going to be a great pick for the Minnesota Vikings. They're going to set themselves up. They might suck this year because Penix has some development, but I think it's worth drafting him there instead of gambling that they'll be able to get him later.
Okay. All right. Wow. Because who is it? Who is it they signed?
Much
They signed
where?
no for um Minnesota. What quarterback did they sign? Who was it? Marcus Mariota? Sam Darnold. That's who it was.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
They signed Sam Darnold. That is correct.
Wow.
And maybe he'll be a bridge. Maybe he'll be a bridge, and they let Michael Penix sit. But I'll tell you what, Michael Penix, if he sits, will not be sitting past week 8 of the season.
Wow.
Yes.
I feel like that is such a reach, but
No.
everyone reaches for quarterbacks now.
23rd.
Everyone does.
The next, if Bo Nix hadn't been a quarterback that the Broncos are high on, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it would have been Bo Nix, but Michael Penix is not that far of a stretch. I don't.
Yeah.
Here, let me tell you this. From what I'm seeing, Michael Penix is getting a lot of traction, and I would honestly be surprised if he's there for the Vikings. I think the perspective is that he's going to go lower, and I feel like a lot of what I'm hearing is that coaches love him because of what he can do, because he has a great deep ball. He struggled with the middle and underneath passes, but that is something that you can coach up. So coaches love what he has to offer and his potential.
Okay.
GMs, maybe not so much.
Okay. All right. Well, I got your beloved Dallas Cowboys now.
Let me play the music nonstop for this one.
With the 24th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys trade Mike McCarthy for a Reuben. No,
a Reuben sandwich.
The Dallas Cowboys select
You want the music?
Amarius Mims,
Mims, he fell.
a tackle from Georgia. I feel like Dallas is. I was gonna either go Mims or McConkey to give Dak another weapon, but we'll go with Mims. I mean, he has fallen. This is not a reach for Dallas, which is new for them to not reach for a pick. And they get someone to fortify that O-line. You can move him anywhere you want right now.
Yep.
Move him the guard, move him the tackle. Yep. He could take over for
Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith.
Yep.
He can take over there. He can go wherever you need him to go. Fortify that line, fortify that interior. As much as it pains me to say, Cowboys made their team better today.
Why does that? What do you have? I will not even ask you. I will rhetorically ask, what do you have against the Dallas Cowboys right now?
They're just a bunch of lemurs. All right. All right. Go ahead, my man.
My next pick is for the Green Bay Packers. 25th.
Oh, to celebrate the decal on your truck because the bet
we don't talk about the decal. We don't talk about that disgraceful decal that is still on my truck for another 4 months. We don't talk about it. But the Green Bay Packers have a couple needs on the defensive side. They will continue to build on what I think is a really good defense as it is, but they do have some holes to fill.
Yeah.
So, let me cue the music.
Do it.
With the 25th overall pick, the Green Bay Packers will be selecting Darius Robinson, edge rusher.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know what you thought. I think that's where they're going to go.
Yes. You knew exactly what I thought.
Yes.
Yes.
I do know
exactly.
you. I know you pretty well.
We're on same wavelength.
Yes.
Same here. Yes. Just saying.
Go ahead, JB.
Okay. All right. What happened here? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now on the clock at number 26. Woo. With the 26th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Graham Barton, center from Duke.
What?
I feel like they want to do everything they can to solidify Baker Mayfield. They want to do everything they can in order to make sure that they have enough linemen and up-and-coming linemen to keep him upright because they signed him to a 3-year deal.
Yes.
I feel like Baker can do something special in Tampa. He can. His offensive coordinator from his quarterback coach from last year is now the head coach of Carolina Panthers. But I feel like Baker can, if Tampa feels like if they can solidify and fortify that front five, if they can keep him up, they can make sure that no matter what happens, he will always be on his feet. He won't be injured. That's what they're going to do. They're going to protect the investment they have at quarterback.
Tell me who you selected again. Just I want to make
Graham Burton.
That is crazy to me. I don't even have him going first round.
All right.
He is quite the reach. If you're going to talk about reach, Graham Burton is not one that I was expecting to go where you're putting him.
I don't think he's that much of a reach. I honestly don't think he's that much of a reach.
I mean,
all right, it's up to you now, my man.
I'll tell you he was the 51st overall ranked player in this draft, so I think that's pretty much of a reach by definition.
Not according to my research. Not according to my research.
I'm just saying, JB. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I am just saying.
You're probably listening to ESPN. Probably got Mel Kiper in your ear.
I do. Mel Kiper Jr. is my priest, my priest, my pastor, and my savior.
Wow. I hope you don't have to have his hair to get into his heaven. That would be because you're not getting it.
I have
That
to
is-
have his level of delusion to get into his world.
There you go.
Next up,
Well, you have that.
as a Cowboys fan, I am born with delusion. Next
You have that in
up
spades, my man.
is the Arizona Cardinals from Houston. I'm not even going to talk too much about this player because I feel like they're just going to be taking the players that they feel fit their needs the best. So
Mm-hmm.
the Arizona Cardinals will be selecting Kool-Aid McKinstry, corner.
Oh, coming through the wall.
That's right. Mr. Kool-Aid himself.
All right. Okay. All right.
I had somebody else going. So I'll tell you, I had the Dallas Cowboys selecting him, but because
That sounds like a Cowboys pick.
that's not the way that you decided to go with them.
not.
He was
No,
left on the
I'm
board
smart.
for the Arizona Cardinals. He was
Because
the
I'm
next
smart.
best corner available, and like I said, you draft the best player that fits your needs. So the Arizona Cardinals are filling a hole that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're
Okay.
up, JB. Next on the board, 28,
Buffalo Bills.
the Buffalo
Bills. Don't cue the music yet.
No, fine.
The Bills have a lot of holes on defense.
Everywhere.
A lot.
Everywhere.
You may as well throw a slice of Swiss cheese out there, and it'll be just as effective.
Yep.
I think Swiss cheese has less holes.
And you
than the
might
Bills
as well
defense
throw
does.
me out there as a wide receiver, and I would still be an upgrade.
Well, you'd be an upgrade on Dallas, too. With the 28th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft. Cue the music! The Buffalo Bills select Cooper DeJean.
Oh, okay.
Corner from Iowa. Now, the Bills have some holes at safety. I don't think it's I think they can get a safety on day 2. But if you can get one of the top corners remaining on the board, be able to solidify even just the nickel slot for this year, shift some guys around. It's not difficult to be able to plug and play some guys in that backfield. Put Cooper DeJean back there. He's got good coverage skills, so he'll be able to hold his own back there in the Buffalo secondary. As much as I want to be able to pretty up and beautify Josh Allen and give him another pretty toy, I want to give him something that Sean McDermott desperately needs, which is a defense. Sean McDermott needs a defense.
I'll tell you, Sean McDermott is on a short leash this year. They're giving the hints of about to call it a day with him. They're taking away all his major pieces because he couldn't get it done. So now they have to account for the cap.
Yeah.
So another coach that might be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
And if you think a corner is going to save his job, by all means, save his job with the corner.
He's on a shorter leash than a toddler backpack. That's the leash he's on. That's it. You get 2 feet in front of me, kid. That's it. That's all you got.
There you go.
All right, go ahead, my man.
My next pick is the NFC Championship runner-uppers.
Runner-uppers.
The Detroit Lions are on the clock. And they will be adding weapons to their offense to continue to be the explosive offense that can beat the Niners, if that is what they think they will be doing. So, with the...
Oh, they will be doing it.
Well,
they will be doing it.
The jury's out on that one.
Because Tom Brady is going to be the quarterback.
Of the Lions?
I think. No. No, never mind. I got it backwards.
Okay, calm down. Settle down. You're about to break some major news thinking he was going to go to the Lions. Cue my music. With the 29th overall pick, the Detroit Lions will be taking Donald Mitchell, wide receiver.
Ooh, Adonis Mitchell.
Donald.
All right.
I call it. There's an AL in there, so it's a Donald as far as I'm concerned.
That's an I. That's an I, son. That's not an L. That's an I.
We might be looking at different
Adane.
dictionaries. I have
Adonis Creed Mitchell.
I am looking at
is his
Donald, and you're not changing my mind.
That's okay, whatever. So Donald's little brother just jumped his big brother.
Needless to say, they will be adding
wide receiver from JC Prep.
Yes, there you go. From UNM.
Selected.
Wide receiver. Hurry up and go with your pick.
All right. My turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
Okay.
You have a good pick right
It is
here.
my
You
turn.
have a good pick.
I do. I really do. All right. Cue the music. With the 30th pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens.
The Ravens.
The Baltimore Edgar Allan Poe Ravens.
The Giant Birds.
Johnny Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois.
Newton. That is not what I thought you were going to do there. I'm surprised, honestly, considering they're losing Odell Beckham Jr. and they don't have really a solidified wide receiver.
Odell was hardly a complimentary piece. He was hardly on the field. He had a 100% catch rate only because he got the ball thrown to him 4 times.
Well, 100% is 100%. That is still passing as far as I'm concerned. Blame Lamar Jackson if he wasn't throwing him the ball enough.
No. John Harbaugh is going to continue his streak of fortifying that defense any way he can. He's going to win with defense. He always has. John Harbaugh is one of the smartest head coaches in NFL football. He knows he has a superb talent at quarterback. He knows his superb talent has weapons.
Yep.
But he also knows he's going to win the ball. He's going to win the game in the trenches. He's going to. And he's going to do everything he can to make sure that he stays on par with the rest of the league.
The more I think about it, that defense was already top tier defense. And adding another piece to that defense might give them what it takes to surpass the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
But
because what did we say? You keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket.
Yes, we did say that.
Keep him in the pocket.
And guess who didn't listen?
You can get
the Niners.
Baltimore and San Francisco.
The Niners didn't listen.
Neither one of them listened.
And guess what? Who is on the clock next up? The San Francisco 49ers. The Whiners are on the clock.
The Whiners.
You don't have any idea how much it upsets me to have to make this pick for them.
Hey, I had to pick for you, so suck it.
Yeah, but I don't care about you.
And my gold jacket, okay?
I don't care about your feelings. You don't have feelings, so why would I care about them?
I have feelings. I just don't know what they are yet. I've never been acquainted with the feeling yet. I don't know.
There you go. You don't know what feelings are. That answers so many questions that I had about you. The San Francisco 49ers will be continuing to make their stellar defense a stellar defense, and they will be drafting. Do I get the music again?
Get it.
With the 31st overall pick, the 49ers will be selecting Chris Abrams-Draine, corner.
Oh, okay.
Yes. A solid
Yes.
defense needs some depth, and that will be the depth that they are requiring. And I don't think it'll be what it takes to get to the championship level, but they can continue to wish, and I wish with all my heart that they never get there.
I wish with all my heart that they fail.
Exactly. I don't wish failure on anybody. You know me, JB. I don't wish failure to anybody except the 49ers.
All right. Cue the music.
You're ready.
Yeah, this is the most obvious pick in the NFL draft.
It's the most obvious
with
pick.
the 32nd pick of the 2024 NFL draft, the first round concludes with the Kansas City Chiefs selecting someone with hands to catch the ball.
Wide receiver?
The Chiefs select Ladd McConkey,
Ooh!
wide receiver from Georgia.
He was my
The
next,
Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes needs someone to catch the ball so bad.
especially with freaking Rice about to be arrested and in jail.
So,
Who knows how long?
you have 2 left feet. Every receiver has 2 right hands on that offense. Okay,
Yes.
they can't. They're catching a ball like this. Okay, that's just a back of the hand.
Let me teach you something about catching. This does not work when it comes to catching a ball.
That's what they're doing. So the Chiefs select Ladd McConkey. They give Mahomes a weapon, and that concludes the first round of the BSB 2024 NFL Mock Draft.
You know,
That's it.
there was 2 players left on the board that I thought were going to go in this round, but
I had one that I thought would go in the first round.
You reached. I didn't reach. You reached.
Oh, I did? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
But by you reaching, you left Nate Wiggins' corner on the board.
I did. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
by that, the domino effect caused Xavier Worthy to fall out of the first round, which is where I had the Chiefs going with their pick.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But again, that's because Nate Wiggins wasn't good.
Well,
the domino effect.
Chiefs don't need something flashy. They need someone with hands.
Well,
they need someone with surefire hands.
Xavier Worthy was that. I'm just you caused this chain effect. It's not me.
You left Adonai Mitchell on the board for his little brother. All right, so
well,
I want to hear it. I should have selected Adonai Mitchell because you technically never selected him. You selected some guy who stole his identity.
I am looking at his breakdown. It is a Donald.
I don't know what breakdown you're looking at. I honestly don't know. No, the one guy left on the board is Jackson Powers Johnson. I thought for sure.
Oh, it's a Donai.
Isn't it?
It is. That's not bad.
Isn't that interesting?
A Donnie.
Isn't that interesting?
I thought it was an L. Excuse my typo. Anyways, what you were saying?
Yeah, no, I was going to say the versatile center from Oregon. I thought he would go. Jackson Powers Johnson. I thought he would go in the first round too, and he might go in the first round.
He might.
He just might.
I had him up there.
So, but that's it, my man. Look at that. That was fun.
Not bad.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we only had one trade.
I was pretty on par.
Yep.
Yeah.
You only had to sell me the entire Lakers franchise to be able to trade out of the 4th pick, which apparently is how much the Lakers franchise was worth. You wanted to trade out of that pick so bad that you got rid of the Lakers franchise.
I did. And I happily did so. Happily. That's my contribution to the world.
Opposite of how our draft went. I have this gut feeling, don't know why. I feel like there's going to be a lot of trades happening in this draft. A lot of teams that are hoping that a player falls to them are going to throw in the towel and trade back when that player's not there. I think a lot of teams are going to have their heart set on a specific player or two, and if they don't get them, they won't care who's left on the board. They'll trade out of that spot.
So too. Yeah. Yep. I think the Cardinals trade their pick. I think the Chargers trade their pick. I think the Vikings use both first-round picks to trade up
Yeah,
to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
I honestly think the Vikings trade up with the Cardinals and get J.J. McCarthy.
maybe.
I honestly think so.
I don't think.
I think
The
and if it's not it's either going to be the Vikings or the Broncos to trade up with Arizona.
I could see the Broncos first. I just don't think the Vikings are gonna fall for the JJ McCarthy,
Yeah.
the sales pitch that Jim Harbaugh's set out to make. But yeah,
Well, he's only done that because he wants to trade back. He wants to try to convince a team
to take
to
them.
trade back with
Yeah,
him.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna work
But
for them.
they have the 5th pick. There's only really I don't know if there's any quarterback really that's worth being drafted with the first 5 picks.
No.
But 4 of them are going to go with the first 4 picks.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm looking at.
So Jim Harbaugh can have all the hope he wants that someone's going to trade up. But by that point, someone's trading up at number 4 and getting McCarthy.
Yep.
Because it will be Williams, May, and Daniels. That's it. The only team I can see actually trading back, like it would be such a huge surprise, is if Washington trades back. If Washington trades back in order to get a king's ransom for that 2nd pick, I can see them trading back with Minnesota maybe to get Penix, maybe. But Penix does not seem like the type of guy that Dan Quinn wants.
But
if
what's their oh my god, I'm blanking on their coordinator's name, the old Cardinals coach. Penix fits that his type of offense better. But I'll tell you, I verbalized this when we were like
Kingsbury.
Yes, Kingsbury. So he fits that type of offense. I don't know why I get this feeling that the Bears aren't completely sold on Caleb Williams.
I don't know why you don't.
I
get the feeling.
The Commanders give me this feeling, this silent feeling that they're going to try trading up with the Bears. And the Bears are going to take either Drake May. I feel like they're going to take Jaden Daniels first.
Yeah. Here's my take on this is I think that the Denver Broncos are going to be the team to select 2 quarterbacks in this draft. They will trade up to get J.J. McCarthy, and they will also draft Spencer Rattler.
Ooh, okay.
They will draft both of those guys. I can see it happening.
Give me one second.
Yeah. Well, folks, we're taking a break now while Manny just gets up and does whatever it is that he was going to do. I have no clue what he was going to do. But I will say this. If you guys agree with the top of the monologue, with my thoughts on the pace of baseball, let me know. Let me know on the TikTok. Let me know on the YouTube. Leave a comment. And if you're a baseball lifer like me, let me know. I've loved the game my entire life, and I gotta tell you, we all hear stories about Fergie Jenkins and Bob Gibson and Sandy Koufax and these guys who they didn't overpower men at all. They knew how to throw the ball. They knew where to throw it. And then even as a kid, the guy that did that the most was Greg Maddux. The dude was on point with his precision. And I feel like if we got back to a time, even Tim Wakefield would throw a knuckle curve, and then he'd blast you with his 86-mile-an-hour heater. It really threw guys off. So if you agree with me, throw a comment in TikTok, throw a comment in the YouTubes. I was telling the guys if they agreed with my monologue to throw me a comment in the TikToks or the YouTubes.
I tell you what.
About the pace of game.
I'll tell you what. I texted you as I was reviewing your monologue, and I don't agree with you.
I know you don't. I know.
But I've made this very vocal about the timing and the duration of games. I've been a open book when it comes to my stance on that stuff. So it's not a surprise that I tell you that I don't agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. I know you don't agree. I know. Yeah. But I think, Manny, we are done for tonight.
Yes,
Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap it up with what we were drinking tonight.
JB. What are we?
I
drinking?
had this lovely Cooper's Craft. I believe I drank it on the last pod.
Yep.
I'm still going through it here. And then my stick that I'm smoking is this H. Upman Vintage Cameroon.
Nice.
It's a nice stick. It's very full bodied. If you're looking for a stick that's going to take you a couple hours to get through at a nice pace, this is it right here.
Not bad. You like full. You personally, I've noticed you like full-bodied sticks that will last you. They don't burn fast. You can take your time with them. I've noticed that is your go-to.
It's true. I do.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I decided to change it up today, JB. I am not drinking anything straight up. I am not drinking anything straight out of a bottle. I am drinking a coffee martini.
Ooh,
Brought to you by my my favorite device in this entire house, which is the Bartesian, where it pre-makes your cocktails. All you have to do is include the liquor. So that's what was on stock for me today, and I didn't sip it as fast because we were talking a lot. But I'm still impressed with what it has to offer. It has the perfect balance with mixtures and juices compared to the alcohol, even when you make it strong, which is what I did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we succeeded, my man. I think we had another successful episode. Episode 10.
That's
10. Right. Double digits now, baby. Double digits now.
And we're here to stay.
We are here to stay. All right. Well, until next time, folks, stay thirsty.
Cheers, everybody.
We will see you. Cheers. And we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you so much for listening again. Check us out. YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, future upcoming media sources to be disclosed. Peace out.